video, we are going to talk about angles, and a lot of this should be review for you. One thing that's going to be new that's going to be really important for this class moving forward is how to name an angle. And that's, again, talking about the proper notation. So we're looking for symbol and letters. And actually, angles sometimes can be written using a number. So if you see something like this, and this, you're not going to see the words exterior and interior. This is just to point out that this is the interior of an angle if it's between those two rays. Anything outside of that is the exterior of an angle. But notice it's labeled. It's got 3 points. R is what we call the vertex. So it's the point where the angle kind of comes together at a single endpoint. So I can name this angle actually 4 different ways. So here's the notation for this particular angle. I can name it angle 1 if there is a number inside the angle. That is always an option, which is kind of nice and easy. It's just the angle symbol. Kind of looks like a less than or greater than, but it's got a flatter bottom than the less than greater than symbols. And then the number, okay? I can also use the vertex letter, the capital letter, because it's a point, and use the angle symbol here. Another option is to use 3 letters. So what's the most important thing about the 3 letters is the vertex must be the middle letter. So it's as if you're tracing the angle. So I could go from S to R to T, or T to R to S, but R has to be that middle letter. So those are all different ways to name this same angle, okay? And then you should be familiar with this, an acute angle, a right angle, and an obtuse angle. Right angle we'll see a lot of times with that little square symbol versus just the written in 90 degrees, but you can see both. Notice that if we see this symbol, by definition of a right angle, we know that the measurement is 90 degrees. So I want you to pay attention to this notation here, you guys. If angle B is a right angle, and then we put this little M in front with the equal sign whenever we're actually giving a measurement for it. So the M actually means measure. So we read that measure of angle B equals 90. So if angle B is a right angle, then the measure of angle B is 90 degrees, okay? All right, last one, you might not have heard this one, a straight angle, and this is exactly what it sounds like, essentially a straight line. And a straight line is always 180 degrees. It's defined as 2 opposite rays, and the reason they define it that way is we define an angle being formed by 2 rays that share a point. So they're just 2 rays shooting in opposite directions, okay? And then the measurement of that angle is always 180. All right, so we're gonna practice the notation here. Name a right angle. Okay, so we mentioned the easiest way to name an angle is the angle symbol and then 1 letter or a number. So there's no numbers on here, and be careful, don't put the degrees as naming the angle. That's the measurement of the angle. That's not actually naming it, okay? So here, I wanna name this right angle. So I could just say angle Y, but actually that's confusing because am I talking about this angle, this angle, this angle, or the big straight angle? So this is a scenario where I need to use 3 letters to really be specific about where is the 90 degrees. So I could do X, Y, V, or V, Y, X. Those are my 2 options to name that specific place. Okay, so I'm gonna name it X, Y, V. And the other way would work great too. But Y is not specific enough because I don't know which angle we're referring to. Okay, now name an acute angle. I have 2 options, the 35 or the 55. I'm going to do the 35. So same thing, I can't name an angle Y, got to be more specific. So I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Just important that Y is the middle letter. So angle symbol, X, Y, Z. Okay, obtuse angle, something bigger than 90. So I'm going to include the 90 and the 35. So I've got this big angle here. I'm going to call this one ZYV. Okay, straight angle is all across here. Again, I'm going to use 3 letters, Y being the vertex. So angle VY to W would be a straight angle. Okay, TF here, this is just asking you guys true or false. Is angle XZY 35 degrees? So pay attention to the order of the letters here, X to Z to Y. So if I start at X and then go to Z, then go to Y, it's actually talking about this angle right here, which actually I have no idea if that angle is 35 degrees or not. I know XYZ is 35, but I don't know about this one. So we're going to say false, and I'm going to correct it. Angle x, y, z, so notice I'm switching the y and the z to make it true, equals 35. Okay? All right, that's it for those examples, you guys. Thanks for watching.